On February 24th, many Ukrainians found themselves in a situation that required making tough decisions on the spot. And none of those decisions could give a 100% guarantee of a good outcome, lead to safety, let alone prevent a lawless invasion. Awakened by the sounds of explosions, we realized that the fight not only for the freedom and the future has begun, but it was also the fight for the existence of Ukraine as a nation. During the first days of the war, when Kyiv was already surrounded by Russian troops and the Kyiv region was occupied, we started evacuating people and providing them with basic assistance and accommodating them in bomb shelters, including the basements in our own church buildings, fortified by sandbags. Evacuating survivors from occupied territories put us and the lives of our team members at risk, since most of the bridges were destroyed and people could easily become victims while moving at a very slow speed. Still, we trusted the Lord completely, and He used us to rescue a large number of people. As the Kyiv region was liberated, we started delivering relief supplies while doing various kinds of social work in Gostomel, Irpin, Bucha, Borodyanka, and other towns and villages. Later, as the world was shocked by devastation, mass executions, and destructions, the need was tremendous, and many of our survivors were still there, unable to leave. We distributed food, personal hygiene supplies, fresh water, bread, fuel, gas, and financial support, as well as Bibles. This relief work required sacrificial dedication, as we were actually allowed to enter the region before it was officially opened to other visitors. The ground was covered with unexploded shells, but we already had some experience, as well as confidence in the Lord. This work in the Kyiv region continued for a long time, and it still does as we respond to certain needs and requests. Eastern Ukraine has remained the hottest point on the map. Having united our efforts and encouraging each other with confidence, we started taking mission trips to the towns along the front line. Some of these towns did not have a single building left intact, so people had to find refuge in the basements. Using our vans, we have been able to provide a wide range of relief work as well as financial and critical spiritual support. Spiritual and emotional support is something you cannot put a price on, but just giving someone a simple hug felt invaluable after these people saw that much evil. Cooperating with army chaplains allows us to access the front line without weapons, while opening the opportunity for us to visit locations in uttermost need. Army chaplains often pay a high price and show just as much fortitude and courage as defenders of Ukraine. In addition to that, in cooperation with churches, seminaries, and organizations on a constant basis, we regularly carry out social projects in Kyiv and even Western Ukraine for the refugees, for internally displaced people, orphans, and children from suffering families, to bring love and positive change into their lives. We are currently receiving multiple requests for generators, and people are also still in need of food and basic supplies. Yet it wasn't just the buildings and infrastructure that suffered destruction, it was also people's souls. So while praying and taking action, we trust that many more victims of this unlawful invasion will receive the so much needed support. We consider this a very special privilege. That is, to be reinforcing the unity within the nation by leading, organizing, and holding the National Days of Prayer for Ukraine since 2016. This national-level ministry has had a historical impact, as we believe that unity is the very reason we have been able to stand against an enemy outsizing us by that much. Most of the Christian denominations here participate in these days of prayer, showing unprecedented unity to millions of believers. Days of prayer did not cease taking place even during the war, which was a special encouragement to the people of Ukraine, boosting their confidence, increasing their hope, and spreading spiritual impact across the whole nation. Ukraine is going to be in need of strong support before and after the victory. To us, living in the times of war isn't just about resisting the enemy or fighting for our freedom. This is also about fighting for our values, which cannot be changed even by such enemy we're facing currently. Thank you for the privilege to spread the mercy around the nation, and thank you for sharing the same values.